So, can I remember a moment where I was aware of a contract between, I guess you're saying between storyteller and person listening to the story. And the first thing that comes to mind, if I'm going to be the patient here and free associate, the first thing that comes to mind is sitting at the feet of a nun called Sister Teresita and being allowed, she had a habit on, and the habit had a kind of string around it with tassels on. And you were allowed to play with the tassels, which I guess were a sort of very tactile thing and connected to the storyteller. You were allowed to play if you just remained still at the feet of the nun and listened to what was going on. And there was a sort of very clear relationship. You were allowed to have contact in some way, in a very sort of small way, with this little tassel, which I guess stood for, I don't know, the costume, if you like, of the nun, if you listened carefully to what was being told in the story. And I felt like I was within a kind of sphere of storytelling, if you like, that had very clear parameters, and that while we were inside that, we were kind of safe because we knew what was going on, and we knew that there was a sort of contract that while we were there and listening and behaving in a particular way, we'd be okay. And we could listen to some quite difficult things, I think. I can't exactly remember what they were, but I can't have been more than 5 or 6. But I was aware of having my anxiety greatly reduced by being in the sphere of this storytelling nun.
And did that have any impact on your later relationship with writing or performance or whatever?
Well, I'm thinking of another experiences of being the storyteller in the same convent school and messing around with another boy called Tim, and then being chased into the wood by into the woods by the nun, different nun, and being hit with a stick for being too loud, for being too problematic, and it made me think of the twin aspects of love and hate, which is often what we're kind of thinking about in therapy, those two twin aspects of experience. And I guess one of the things that I've always been interested in exploring are the extremes of things. Not for their own sake, but because actually I think I was thinking about the playwright Sarah Kane, who I guess was quite a controversial playwright in her time, committed suicide in the end. And her first play, Blasted, caused a sort of sensation at the Royal Court. But whether you like her work or not, it's immaterial in a way. But I can remember thinking about what she was doing, and I was thinking, my sense of what she was doing was trying to go to the extreme of something in order to kind of be like a scout, a reconnaissance sort of operator, if you like, going to see what's out there. Because if you can see what's out there and come back with stories of what's out there in the darkness, what's out there in the places which some of us are scared to go to, if people are brave enough to go there and come back with information, then it makes it a bit less scary for the rest of us. And I think that's something I feel that's try to inform my practice as a kind of storyteller, theatre maker, and as a therapist, I think.